Have you ever wondered why some jobs or roles in society seem to command more respect than others, even when both are essential? It is a fascinating aspect of how we organize ourselves and assign value. At its core, the difference between status and prestige is quite clear. Status refers to a social position an individual occupies, like being a doctor, a parent, or a student, while prestige is the level of esteem or respect that society grants to that particular status. Status is about the role itself. Prestige is about the honor associated with it. Think of status as a label describing your place within a social structure. These positions come with a set of expected behaviors, rights, and obligations. For instance, the status of a university professor entails teaching, research, and mentoring responsibilities. Status can be ascribed, meaning you are born into it, such as being a son or a daughter, or achieved, meaning it is earned through effort, like becoming a chief executive officer. Prestige, on the other hand, is not inherent to the position itself but is rather a societal evaluation. It is the collective positive regard or admiration that members of a community hold for a specific status. This honor is subjective and deeply tied to cultural values and social norms. A neurosurgeon's status is that of a medical professional specializing in the brain, but the high prestige comes from the perceived difficulty of the work, its life-saving impact, and the extensive training required. Historically, for example, blacksmiths held very high prestige for their vital skills, while today, their status still exists but carries less widespread societal awe. Max Weber, a foundational sociologist, discussed similar ideas with his concept of status groups, which are communities that share a common lifestyle and sense of social honor or prestige. To observe this distinction in action, simply look at any social setting. First, identify the various social statuses present: a restaurant server, a chef, a manager, a customer. These are all distinct positions. Then, consider how much general respect or admiration each of these roles receives within that particular community or society at large. While a server holds an important status in the functioning of a restaurant, their prestige might typically be lower than that of the chef, and certainly lower than that of the restaurant owner. This is not a judgment on individual worth, but rather an observation of how society often ranks positions. By separating the position from its perceived value, you gain a clearer lens through which to understand social hierarchy. It is also important to remember that prestige is not static. It can shift dramatically over time and across different cultures. In some historical societies, being a poet might have conferred immense prestige, while in others, it might be a military leader. Moreover, an individual can personally earn a high level of respect or affection from others, which is often called personal reputation, even if their specific social status does not traditionally hold high societal prestige. For example, a deeply kind and wise elderly neighbor who was a factory worker might be highly respected in their local community, demonstrating a difference between their achieved status and the personal esteem they have garnered. This highlights the complex interplay between societal roles and individual perception. Understanding the difference between status and prestige helps us move beyond simple labels to truly analyze the intricate layers of social stratification. It shows us that social standing is not just about the roles people inhabit, but crucially about the honor, respect, and value society chooses to bestow upon those roles. This critical insight deepens our comprehension of social dynamics, power structures, and the cultural underpinnings of inequality, helping us decode the invisible currents that shape human interactions every single day.